With fibromyalgia, there's an overwhelming amount of research that says that if you exercise, it will likely improve your pain levels, improve your function, and also help your strength and fitness. But here's the problem. If you over-exercise, if you do a little bit too much, it's very easy to upset your pain, and you end up hurting for days after that. So in this video today, I'm going to give you my favorite Physio-approved selection of 5 gentle, safe, and effective strengthening exercises using a rubber band. So exercise number 1, it's called a bicep curl. So you're going to need one of these things, okay? It's a rubber band, or sometimes called TheraBand. You can pick them up from most sports stores, or sometimes even your local department store, okay? So you're probably going to need about, I would say, just over a meter, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to stand in the middle of the rubber band, like so, all right? You're going to hold to the ends of the rubber band with your hands. Now, what you're going to do next is you're going to keep your back straight. You're going to clench your buttock muscles, stand up straight, and lift your hands up. Okay, so palm facing up to the ceiling, okay? So you're going to do this. So arms from a straight position, you're going to bend your elbows and bring your hands up as high as you can, okay? Now, I'm just going to show you from a side-on position. So you're holding on to the ends of the rubber band with your hands, and you're going to bend your elbows, and you're going to bring your hands up with your palms facing up, okay? So nice and slow, all the way up, and then slowly release on the way down. Okay, so I would recommend do 3 sets of 10 of those, but do what you can. If you can only do 6 or 8, that's fine as well. Okay, so the thing about fibromyalgia is that if you're starting to feel a bit of pain while you're exercising, it is a good sign that you should ease off, because you may end up in pain later down the track. So keep an eye on your pain levels. Exercise number 2, shoulder pull-aparts. Okay, so what you do, you take the same piece of rubber band, you're going to hold it in front, like so, okay? You're going to have your hands about shoulder width apart, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to pull the rubber band apart. Okay, so I'm keeping my arms straight, and then slowly I'm going to bring my hands back to the middle, all right? So start from there, arms straight. You're going to pull your hands off to the side as far as you can. When you go out, try and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Then hold for a couple of seconds, and then bring your hands back to the front, okay? Again, I'm going to show you from a side-on view. So you're going to hold your arms straight in front. You're going to pull your hands off to the side, squeeze the shoulder blades together, then slowly release and come back to the front. So again, aim for about sets of between 6 and 10 repetitions. Try and do 3 sets of whatever you can manage. Guys, I'm just curious, if you have fibromyalgia, what is your favorite type of exercise? Which exercise have you found to be the most comfortable, and I guess the one that gives you the most satisfaction, okay? Is it walking? Is it swimming? Is it aqua jogging? Maybe doing some light weights at home? What is it? I'm just curious. If you can pop the answer to this question down below in the comment section, I would really appreciate it. All right, in exercise number 3, we're going to do squats from a chair with a rubber band, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to put the rubber band on the floor. You're going to put your feet in the middle of the rubber band, right? So your feet are going to be anchoring the rubber band down to the floor. You're going to hold the ends of the rubber band with your hands. So put a little bit of tension onto the band and have your arms at about roughly 90 degrees. So your elbow should be at about 90 degrees, okay? Hold your arms at your side, and all you're going to do is you're going to look straight up in front, keep your back straight, and just stand up from the chair, okay? And when you go back down, control the movement. Nice and slow, sit back down. Okay, so you can apply as much tension on the band as you feel you can do comfortably. If it's too much tension and it feels too difficult or it hurts somewhere, ease off the band. Okay, so you can always adjust the resistance. So again, you're going to hold on to the bands, you're going to push through your heels, you're going to use your thigh muscles to push yourself up off the chair, and on the way down, you're going to control the movement and slowly sit back down, okay? Okay, so I'm just going to show you from a different angle. So you're sitting on a chair, your feet are straight down in the middle of the band, your arms at your side, you're holding onto the band, you're putting a bit of tension on the band, and you're going to slightly lean forward, push through the heels, stand up, and then slowly sit back down on the chair. So because you're putting a bit of tension on the band is making it a little bit more difficult for you to stand up. Now, if you are struggling to do it with a band, if it's too difficult, just use your own body weight. So you can just try and cross your arms in the front. Okay, so you're not helping with your arms, and just try to stand up just by yourself. It's a great exercise. And if that's all you can manage, that's fine. You start there, and gradually, as you get stronger, then later down the track, you can try and use the band again. Exercise number 4, glute bridges. So again, we're going to use the band. We're going to create a bit of a loop like this, okay? So you're going to put both of your feet inside the loop, like so, okay? And the band should sit just above the knees, okay? So you're going to lie down on the floor, okay? You're going to clench your buttock muscles. So right here at the back, your glutes, okay? You're going to clench them. You're going to pull your knees slightly apart. So put a bit of tension on the band, and then you're going to lift your hips up. Hold for 5 seconds, and then slowly drop back down again. Have a 5-second break, and then do the same thing. You're going to clench your buttock muscles. You're going to pull your knees slightly apart, put a bit of tension on the rubber band, and then you're going to lift your hips up again. Okay, good. Hold for 5 seconds, then 5 seconds break. Okay, so repeat this exercise 10 times, and then do 2 sets of these. So I'll just quickly show you from a different angle. So I've got my band this way, okay, around my knees. I'm going to lie down. I'm going to clench my buttock muscles. I'm going to pull my knees slightly apart, put some tension on the band, and I'm going to lift my hips up. Hold for 5 seconds, then slowly drop back down again. Okay, and the last exercise we're going to do today, so that's number 5. It's called seated row with a rubber band. Okay, so this time you're going to sit on the floor. You're going to put the band around your feet. Okay, you're going to try and sit up straight if you can. Hold on to the band, put a little bit of tension. Keep your arms straight to start with. And then all you have to do is you're going to bring your elbows back and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Okay, and then slowly release. Okay, so again, start from there. Pull your elbows back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, nice and slow. Control the movement on the way back. Okay, one more time. You're going to bring your elbows back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then slowly release. Okay, great. So we've covered 5 safe, physio-approved strengthening and fitness exercises for people with fibromyalgia. Now, there's a couple of important things to note here, okay? So first of all, each of the exercises that I've just demonstrated, you can try and do them between 6 to 10 repetitions per set, and then maybe do 2 or 3 sets of each, okay? It's important to have a good break in between sets. So I would probably recommend, if you have fibromyalgia, to do at least 2 minutes in between sets. So have a bit of a break. Okay, now why it's important is because if you have fibromyalgia, you're more likely to get excessive fatigue, or it might, some of the exercises might sort of flare up some of your discomfort, okay? So having an adequate break between the sets will minimize the risk of you getting that sort of excessive fatigue or excessive tiredness. Now, the other thing is, Now, even though these exercises are safe and they are designed by physio for, specifically for people with fibromyalgia, there's always a risk that you can overdo it. Okay, now that's why while you're doing the exercises, I want you to keep an eye on your pain levels. Okay, so if you're starting to get quite uncomfortable, it's probably a good sign to ease off. Okay, so keep an eye on your pain levels. Don't overdo it. If this is the first time you're exercising in a while, I would suggest you keep it really easy. So like really go through the motion, don't put too much resistance on, and just see how your body can cope. Give it 24 hours. See how your body responds. If you feel pretty comfortable afterwards, great. Next time you can go a little bit harder, okay? However, you do baby steps, okay? So don't jump, don't rush it, okay? Because if you overdo it, all of a sudden your pain levels flare up and then you spend the next few days in pain, you get discouraged and you stop exercising, okay? So give it a try.